Y'all ready to make that grain in the NBA today, guys? We need a big day in the NBA. 5-0 sweep incoming. We got 5 picks today. NBA Friday, best bets video coming at you now.
Well, my presence isn't real. It's another bad one like this is scale. It's straight fire. All my bets straight from. You're in the house that Parlay now. Straight fire.
Welcome back into the channel. It's your boy Steve from Straight Fire Picks. We got your best bets here for the NBA. Here for you today on Friday, February 28, 2025. NBA player props, spreads, predictions, as always. We got 5 picks for you today on tap that I think are great value bets for this Friday NBA slate. As always, if you guys are new to the channel, make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe button. If you're a returning viewer, also make sure you hit that like button as well. Really appreciate that, guys. It really helps the videos go far. Make sure you guys also check out all of our links down below for our social media, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, of course, our community Discord page as well. Great ways to connect with our community and to stay updated on things going on at the channel. Discord's a great resource. I'm in there a good bit chatting, so feel free to check that out. Absolutely free to join that, and we have a lot of fun in there, so make sure you guys check that out. Drop your favorite pick for today's action, also down below in the comment section. If you like your pick included in our comment capper section, just be sure to put a star or an asterisk next to your pick. We'll include your pick in the video if it fits. Guys, the comment section, like I've been talking about, has been pretty hot lately. It stayed fairly hot yesterday. We had a couple repeat call-outs yesterday. Ricky Redwater calling Michael Porter Jr. over 8.5 rebounds and assists. That was a fantastic look. He finished with 13. I believe that's Ricky Redwater's either 4th or 5th straight call-out in the comment section. So look for his pick today. Been doing really good there. And then we had Alex Fox calling Mike Conley Jr. over 1.5 threes. Love to see that, guys. Cash that out as well. Those are only 2 calls that I saw in the comment section. Now, guys, just as an FYI, make sure you're not going back and editing your pick after the fact, because I could see it. So I'm not gonna talk about it, but I'm just saying the whole point of putting a pick out is to help the community out and to give you a shout out when we all cash together. So if you're going back and editing it and putting what you played after the fact, that's not going to get it done. So let's not do that. So, but if you guys have a favorite play for today, make sure you guys put it in the comment section. We'll call it out in the video when it hits. All right, a couple quick announcements here at the channel, guys. Make sure you guys check out our futures video for Major League Baseball and for the NBA. We still got a lot of bets in the NBA that you can still take for the future. For the rest of the season, and also Major League Baseball right around the corner, about a month out. So make sure you guys check those 2 videos out. Check out our merchandise as well. We have a lot of new designs up for that. Put a lot of time into our merchandise, so make sure you guys check that out. If you guys want to support us here at the channel that way, get your Straight Fire swag on for sure. So make sure you guys check that out. Also check out our Straight Fire MVP program as well. Great resource there. The cost is just $3.99 per month. You get access to all of our picks, plays, and notes early. So basically a few hours ahead of the video, I post up all of our plays. Usually in the morning, pretty early in the morning, when you guys can access all of our notes and all the reasons why I like the plays that we're taking today. And you can get them, obviously, usually a couple hours early. So definitely a great resource there. You also get some custom emojis, roll call in the Discord, and shout outs in the video. Great way to support the channel. Speaking of our Straight Fire MVPs, newest Straight Fire MVP, welcome to William Maddox. Appreciate you, William, for signing up. We are now, I believe, at 49 members here at the channel. So who's going to be that 50th member, guys? Obviously, that'd be pretty cool if we get to 50 today. We're just 1 away. So check that out. All right, let's do a recap now from yesterday, guys. We kind of continued these murky waters that we're in right now. We ended up going 1-2, minus 1 unit. We did cash our biggest unit play because I did put 1.25 units down on the play that we hit, which worked out good for us. Jimmy Butler under 19.5 points. I believe he finished with 5. This is about as no sweat as it gets. Really didn't shoot it that much, kind of as we talked about. Literally had just about the same game versus the Magic that he had earlier in the season when he had 3 points on 1 of 8 shooting. When he was with the Heat, played 25 minutes. It was pretty identical. I believe he was 1 for 7 from the floor, and he made 3 out of 4 free throws. So, yeah, the Magic definitely frustrated him. And then when we talked about Curry going over, he more than went over. He doubled his line. He went for 56 last night and went absolutely off. So we were definitely on the money in that game. As far as Austin Reeves, under 18.5 points. Dude comes right out and hits a 32-foot three to open the game. And I'm like, all right, it's going to be that. It's going to be like that. Okay. But he actually did slow down in the first half, had 9 at halftime, which wasn't bad. And then really just got to 17, I believe, in the third, and then came back in the fourth, and then ended up going over. So that was definitely unfortunate. And then we had Damian Lillard over 24.5 points. Yeah, he did not have the volume. So what the Nuggets were doing is they were doubling him on the pick and roll. They're running pick and roll a lot. And both guys were staying with Lillard, and the front court guys absolutely killed the Nuggets. So no adjustments there. I couldn't believe that. That was like the worst defensive game plan I've ever seen. You're giving 7-footers like an easy bunny 3-foot hook shot there on Lopez, Giannis. It didn't even matter. It was amazing how committed they were to that, to not adjusting. It was actually really annoying to watch. I was like, this is just stupid. Lopez had 22. Giannis had 28. Kuzma had, 16 or something like that. The back absolutely killed. The front court absolutely killed the Nuggets last night. So, what can you do? But that's all right, though, guys. We're going to get back after today. Let's have a winning day today. We got 5 picks. Let's get at least a 3-2 day, guys. Get some positive momentum here going back at the channel. So, let's get right into our picks here, guys. At number 1, we're going Tobias Harris. Over 20.5 points and rebounds here for the Detroit Pistons. We're going minus 105 odds on DraftKings. Yeah, this has been a wagon ride for us guys for most of the recent games here for the Pistons. Been really liking his lines. As long as it's 19.5 to 20.5, I'm going to keep playing this most likely, unless the matchup is really bad. But this is versus the Nuggets, who we just talked about, who were terrible against the front court. Well, Tobias Harris is a front court player who's absolutely scorching right now, and we've been riding him, so we're definitely playing him today. He's 53% this season, 61% at home to this line, 8 for his last 10 to this line. Absolute wagon ride here at SFP. He's been the one guy here that's been pretty consistent of late. 2 of his last 3 versus the Nuggets to this line. Really like that the Nuggets are also on a back-to-back here. So like I talked about, Nuggets just played last night in a wire-to-wire game where a lot of their starters got big minutes and they were trying to win that game. And obviously the Bucks prevailed there. But for the season, this is not a great matchup, obviously, for the Nuggets. The Nuggets struggle versus power forwards. 8th most rebounds, 14th most points allowed to power forwards over the last 15 games. So I like seeing that. It's a positive matchup for sure. Either way you slice it, like I said, last night was wild. As far as points and rebounds go, Kyle Kuzma had 25, Brook Lopez had 26, and Giannis had 47. That's like 98 between the 3 of them. Take your pick. Whoever you want to take went over last night in points and rebounds. So obviously we'd love to see that. And here in this spot for Harris, I just think it's absolutely fantastic. Once again, this guy has been rolling. He's going to put pressure on the front court of the Bucks here once again. It's going to be. I think the Bucks are going to have a rough time tonight. I really do, just because they're on a back-to-back and they're going in versus a Detroit team. I believe that's won 8 in a row now. So I expect the Pistons to actually win this game straight up as well. I think this is a really nice spot to back the Pistons and also to back their front court players. You could take Tobias Harris here. Honestly, you could probably take Jalen Duren too. He's been hot to his line as well. 23.5 points and rebounds for Jalen Duren is also pretty good. I love the front court plays tonight. So, love it there, guys. For our number 1 pick, we're going Tobias Harris over 20.5 points and rebounds here for the Detroit Pistons. Minus 105 odds on DraftKings. Okay, and at number 2, another familiar play here at the channel. We got Ja Morant over 22.5 points here for the Memphis Grizzlies. Minus 110 odds on DraftKings. So, guys, we got Ja Morant, 5 of his last 8 to this line. But he's been coming on of late. It's something I have noticed. This guy is finally, fairly healthy now. He was kind of fighting some nagging injuries, but now he's healthy and he's looking to be aggressive again. We saw that last game, which is why we took his PRAs, and he shot the ball 25 times. I couldn't have asked for more volume out of Morant. Now, he shot horrible. He shot, I believe, 7 for 25, but he still cashed for us. So, I have to run it back here with him. I think there's a lot of value left in his line just because of the volume that you may get from him, especially in a great matchup here with the Knicks. Knicks here allowing the most points to point guards over the last 15 games, which you like that. We've seen point guards absolutely scorch the Knicks this year outside of Morant. We'll talk about that in a minute. The point guards that have scorched the Knicks this year: Tyrese Maxey 30, Trae Young 38, Trae Young 27, Tyrese Maxey 33, Anthony Edwards 36, Malik Monk 31, Jamal Murray 33, and Austin Reeves 27. So now a couple of those guys are kind of like shooting guard, point guard combos, but you guys get the ideas. Guards that could break you down off the dribble do really well versus the Knicks. These are all guards that I would say could break you down off the dribble, particularly Tyrese Maxey and Trae Young, obviously, who have absolutely scorched Knicks. Now, John Morant had just 10 points versus the Knicks last time they played, and they lost by 37. So obviously he didn't really play in the fourth quarter. So I think here, for one, you're going to see an adjustment on the Grizzlies to get the ball in Morant's hands, attacking downhill versus the Knicks. I'd be surprised if they don't look to do that. I think this is just a great spot for Morant, who's coming. He's at home, and like I said, the adjustment for the Grizzlies, I think, in this game has to be to attack that matchup. They got to be thinking that. What Morant did at the end of that game, the last game they played versus the Suns, breaking the Suns down off the dribble and getting to the free throw line, that's how he cashed. So I think that's exactly what he could do here. He could get in the paint versus this next team, and he can make some work happen. And like I said, that's what I expect. And he can shoot the three, but he was 0 for 10 from 3 the other day. He's got to improve off of that. Don't go 0 for 10 from 3, please. Don't put me through that. That's the only thing I ask. We've actually seen him go 4 for his last 5, though, versus the Knicks. And like I said, he had just 10 versus them on the 27th, which I do think is a fluke. He's 5 for 13 from the floor. But previous to that, he cashed his previous 4 versus the Knicks. So I think he gets back on track versus this Knicks team. And I think he cashes this line. And like I said, he's another guy I'm going to look continuing to ride as long as we're doing well with him and his lines stay about the same. It's one of those things where I'm looking at Morant and I see I see him getting healthy now, and I see him being more aggressive now. His lines are too low for how aggressive he's going to be, I think. So, absolutely love it there, guys. For our number 2 pick, we got John Morant over 22.5 points here for the Memphis Grizzlies, minus 110 odds on DraftKings. Again, at number 3, we're going Cleveland Cavaliers, plus 2.5 spread here versus the Boston Celtics, minus 108 odds on BetRivers. You guys have no idea how much I wanted to play Derek White today. Been thinking about playing his lines like all week, and his lines just aren't quite playable for me. They're at 25.5 if you were to take his over, and I think that's just a little too much. But you do have 2 Celtics here questionable on the injury report, which is partly why I like this Cavaliers spread bet. Jaylen Brown and Drew Holiday, if either of these guys don't play, that's a huge loss. Both these guys are key components to their team. Luke Cornett might be back for the Celtics also. He's been out with personal stuff, so whether he's back or not, I'm not sure yet. He is listed on the injury report, though, as he may return, so we'll see about that. Love having the plus points in this matchup, though, really, especially on the Cavs here. Guys, the Cavs have been first in defensive and offensive rating over the last 10 games, so a lot of that, especially defensively, has to do with DeAndre Hunter. Obviously, Hunter can fill it up on the offensive side, but he's a great defensive player as well. So that addition wasn't only good for them offensively, but really people aren't talking about the defensive impact that he's going to make. And I think that's really the biggest thing that I see in this game. I think Hunter is the X factor, particularly on the defensive end, and I think that's a big reason why the Cavs are going to continue to do well with this lineup. They're coming in spotless on the injury report right now. So don't shoot me if ahead of time they list someone late in the injury report, someone gets ruled out. I don't know. But no one's listed on the injury report at the moment. So I'm expecting everyone to play. Hopefully it stays that way. Celtics last 10 games, second in offensive rating, 6th in defensive rating over the last 10 games. Like I said, I think DeAndre Hunter is really going to be the difference maker here. We have seen the Celtics win 2 of the 3 matchups this year. Now, all games really decided between these 2 teams. All 3 games were decided by 7 points or less. I'm expecting probably that again today. It's going to be a close game. But that's why you want to have the plus points. Because you could still lose this game and cash the spread bet. Which is why I love the spread bet today. And I think the Cavaliers are going to win straight up. I would not take this bet if I didn't think the Cavs would win straight up. I think they win straight up, like I said. The Celtics sometimes just have these weird games at home where they're just not there. We've seen them lose this season at home to the Kings, to the Mavericks. Sometimes they just don't bring it at home. And right now, with players in and out of the lineup, their chemistry might be a little off as far as I don't think Jaylen Brown played last game. or Drew Holiday. So obviously, if these two guys are out again, I think we are locked here on the Cavs. So absolutely love it there, guys. For our number 3 pick, we got the Cleveland Cavaliers, plus 2.5 spread versus the Boston Celtics, going minus 108 odds on Bet Rivers. Game at number 4, we got Shai Gilgeous-Alexander over 6.5 assists here for the Oklahoma City Thunder. Minus 114 odds on FanDuel. We're running this back from the other day. Finished with just 5 for us the other day versus Brooklyn. So why do I want to run this back? Well, this matchup is even better. And he still got the potential assists last game. He got 11 potential assists versus the Nets, finishing with just 5. So obviously he could have gone over for sure. And the Thunder just weren't making their shots. Thunder nearly gave that game away. They were down for a lot of that game, which was obviously surprising. But here on SGA, guys, he's been so good to this line of late. He had cashed in his previous 5 games to that one with at least 8+ assists. So in this type of a matchup with Atlanta, definitely expecting him to get 7. It's kind of similar to when we took De'Aaron Fox over 6.5 assists. That was plus money, and he ended up like 13. This Atlanta team just defensively, particularly versus the point guard position, definitely struggles off the pass. They've allowed the 8th most assists to point guards over the last 15 games. 9th most assists for the season to point guards. So obviously, the Hawks are what they are defensively, and I think SGA here can take advantage of that. He's averaging 12.2 potential assists per game over the last 10 games, which is pretty solid for a line like this. It's not quite to that 50% quota. Like, usually I'd like to see that average up to 13 potential assists per game, but it did come down a little bit with that Brooklyn game. But I think here in this matchup, it's about the matchup. It's about what SGA has done lately, right? He had 9 assists as well in an earlier season matchup with the Hawks. So earlier this season, he had 9 versus them. So I think once again we could see him hit this over, and I think he'll have a great chance. I think this is one you could ladder up. To be honest with you, you could ladder this up to 8, 9, 10 assists. I really do think that. But obviously we'll see what happens. I do love it there, guys. Number 4 pick. We're on Shai Gilgeous-Alexander over 6.5 assists here for the Oklahoma City Thunder. Minus 114 odds on FanDuel. Okay, and finally at number 5, I found this one late, guys. Initially, I was just going to go with 4 plays. But then I found this one. I'm like, I have to do this one. The numbers are just too good on this one. And I think this is a great spot. So we're going Tyrese Haliburton. Under 3.5 rebounds here for the Indiana Pacers. Minus 110 odds on DraftKings. This might actually be my favorite play of the day. It is an under, which I think unders feel like the way to go right now. But obviously, we took some overs today. Hopefully we can get back on track with that. But I love this under 3.5 rebounds. You get Tyrese Haliburton 55% this season to the under, 57% under on the road. So obviously that's definitely not bad. 7 of his last 10 games versus the Heat, he's gone under this line, so we like seeing that. 8 of his last 10 overall, he's also gone under. So that's obviously pretty solid. Heat here allowing the 14th fewest rebounds to point guards this season, but the 4th fewest rebounds to point guards over both the last 7 games and the last 15 games. So of late, the Heat really haven't been giving up rebounds to point guards, which is what we love to see in this type of matchup here with the Pacers. Now, I know it's high pace, but Halliburton's been going under anyway. Like I said, his trends are to the under, whether they're high pace or not. And the Heat are going to slow them down either way. So even in high pace games, Halliburton's still going under. So I should just tell you what you need to know. And obviously the Heat are going to look to slow them down anyway. Averaging just 5.1 rebound chances per game over the last 10 games. So that's pretty solid there for us. Obviously, your point guards getting rebounds a lot of times is generally doesn't happen a lot. But obviously, I know it's a scary line. It's one that I'm probably not going to want to watch, or that you're probably not going to want to watch on the TV. But with that being said, I still think he's going to go under here. I think he's going to go under here today. Do love that it's also on the road here. So obviously, I trust the home team to shoot better, less rebounds, etc. If that makes sense. So love it there, guys. For our number 5 pick, we got Tyrese Haliburton under 3.5 rebounds here for the Indiana Pacers. Minus 110 odds on DraftKings. All right, guys, that's going to do it for our picks. If you guys enjoyed the content, make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe button for me. Always appreciate that. On the road to 9,000 subscribers. We're not going to do a ladder challenge today, guys. I need a break from that. It's just mentally draining to not only have a rough day in the NBA, but also to lose the ladders too as well. So we haven't done too well on the ladder of late. So we're going to take a break from it. We're going to regroup. I'm not quitting it. It just means that we're going to take a break from it and regroup and really try to find ourselves again and get back on this streak. Like I said, believe it or not, we've still been doing pretty good for the season and really over the last 30 days. But this recent trend here where we've kind of run into a little bit of a rough patch, obviously with the picks, we'll come out of it. I know I talk about him, sound like a broken record, but we will come out of it. We will have good days again here at the channel. I am very confident in that. I wouldn't do this if I wasn't. So it doesn't mean that we're not going to have times where we struggle, though, because at the end of the day, especially post All-Star break, you have to make adjustments, and the adjustments sometimes are tough because you gotta, teams change, dynamics change, so many different things are different after the All-Star break. And you have to make those adjustments. So, hopefully, like I said, we can get back on track today. I love what we have in store for you today, guys. Really, obviously, I'm confident every day I show up. But, obviously, I feel good about the 5 plays that we have today. And hopefully we can have a great day in the NBA. Make sure you guys drop your favorite pick down below. You guys have been killing it in the comments. So, you guys are keeping the vibes up here at the channel. So, drop your favorite pick down below in the comments. Let's have some winners in the chat as well. And make sure you guys post them ahead of time. The reason I say this is because I see people editing their comments after, and I can see it, guys. Like, I know what you're already on, so, like, if you change it, I already know that you didn't shout it out beforehand. Now, if you hit a play, that's awesome. I can't shout it out in the video, though, if you picked it, like, after. Like, yeah, by the way, I also did that, so put that in there. That's not the point of what we're doing. So, I'm just saying, not hating, I'm just saying, just make sure that you guys understand that I can see when you guys edit a comment like that. It shows you on the screen that it was edited. So, I don't know what to tell you guys. But I appreciate you guys. Drop your favorite pick below. Check out our futures videos, guys. MLB and NBA futures. Check out our Straight Fire MVP program. Get access to those plays early. And outside of that, that's going to do it for me. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. We'll catch you next time. Peace out.